right, here's the Cowboys selection.
With the 73rd pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the Dallas Cowboys select Cooper Beebe,
Yes!
guard,
You got him.
Kansas State.
Look at you.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Actually, I'm very happy with that.
Woo!
If you're going to put his tail at center,
Heck
I'm very
yes.
happy.
I'm so happy for you,
Heck
Zach. Like,
yes.
genuinely, I'm so happy for
Dude,
you.
I love this
You
guy.
have a child and Cooper Beebe in the same month.
Gosh,
I'm
Cooper,
so happy for you.
I can't wait to talk to him. Cooper
Wow.
Beebe is one of the apples of my eye. I've been talking about him since last year. This dude is an absolute beast. I love the way he fires off the ball. And you want to talk about getting movement? You want to talk about getting some
Preach.
help in the run game?
Let's go.
Cooper Beebe is your guy.
Let's
Finishing
go.
blocks. He's nasty. He can play on the left side. I think he can play on the right side. He's always working. He can pull. He can get out in space. People want to knock my guy here, Cooper Beebe, for not being an athlete. You know what? My guy can pull just fine. All right, he's got enough movement skills to get out of there. He does not get knocked back a lot. He still stands his ground. And even if he does, he's going to battle back, and he's going to adjust, and he's going to find a way to win. Holds his own in pass protection. The strength in the run game, though, I just love his competitiveness.
Let's go.
Give
Stand
it
up
to
on
me,
the-
Zach. Give it to me.
Stand up on the
Let's
damn
go.
table.
I'm a huge fan of this guy. I mean, he's played all over the place
Beer
at
for him.
Kansas
He
State.
studied it for 2 years.
I mean, he could have come out. He could have come out last year.
I liked him so much last year that I made the rookie mistake
You
of
did make a
talking
rookie
about
mistake.
him.
You did.
And y'all was like, hey, bruh, he returned.
I mean, shout out to PFF. They've put out since 2021.
We don't have to shout out PFF.
Okay, well,
Cooper. This
we're
is a
not-
positive stat, so I'm going to use it, Bobby. 28 quarterback pressures allowed. We're talking in 3 years, only 2 sacks. The guy is an absolute stud. I think he's steady as can be. To me, I don't think there's any negative here. Like, I don't think Cooper Beebe is going to be a bad player.
Where's the center flex for you?
I think that he can do it. I think.
I mean,
that Cooper,
he played
Cerebral? Do we know anything cerebral?
mental processing. He gets high marks for. I
Cool.
know.
Brandon Trice.
The thing with Beebe is, like you mentioned, you think he can play center. All the time that he played at Kansas State, he played every single position on the offensive line except for center. So I'm not saying he can't. I mean, that'll be, hopefully when we get him on the phone here, we can talk to him about that if he feels
for
comfortable
sure.
doing it. But I think
You mean when Zach interviews him, you mean?
when you're talking about, to me, this was a guy who I did have questions about some of the athleticism and some of the ability to climb
He's
to
a
the second
mauler,
level.
man.
No, absolutely. And to me, it's like you have certain strengths, but when you saw the way he tested the combine, he tested like a better athlete than you would think. And like I said, I think with the mental processing, the power, you are not going to get fooled. You're not going to have problems with twists and stunts if Cooper Beebe's starting along the offensive line. I wonder if this opens things up to, how are they going to use this in terms of flexibility and depth? Guyton's got a higher ceiling we've talked about. I think if you're asking me which one of these is more ready to go start week one,
Beebe.
and I think Beebe is more ready right now to play in an NFL game.
So would that give potentially Tyler Guyton a little bit of flexibility if he was not ready day one to put Tyler Smith at left tackle, put Cooper Beebe at left guard, and Brock Hoffman or TJ Bass at
Competition
center?
and passing.
And competition is what the NFL is all about. And with all due respect to Terrence Steele, who works his rear off, Terrence Steele didn't have a great year last year. And granted, I'm
Coming off an injury.
And
I'd
he
say the
is.
back half of the season was strong.
I would say
last
it was-
6 games
it was
of
far
the
and
last
few.
6 games.
And I'm hopeful
Yeah.
that a year removed, to your point, Bobby, because, I mean, they had something special there with Steele and Martin in those combo blocks on the right side before he got hurt.
I agree.
But you do now have some options with Guyton, where if for some reason, you want to get your best 5 out there, and just for competition, Guyton can play at the right side if you needed him to.
Yeah, and then if you take Cooper Beebe and say Hoffman does man that center spot, you can have him at guard, push out Tyler to tackle if necessary. This is definitely going to give you a lot of flexibility on this offensive line, but it also, to me, speaks volumes on how the heck they want to run the ball. I don't know. I'm praying that it does, because you look at that left side is looking. If Beebe is going to be your middle guy, listen. They trying to move some humans out the way.
Yes. I mean, you talk about your run ability on the offensive line. They have improved it big time.
Just now.
Yes.
No, I was talking about Powers Johnson. This guy is going to knock down as many defenders as he can. I mean, he's just going to just continually move bodies as he's going up the field. And I think he does have a really good feel of how to work with guys around him.
Mm-hmm.
The thing about him is he's going to grapple with that upper body strength. He's strong in his hands. He's going to battle defenders. He's impossible to move if you rush him down the middle.
He is.
I mean, it's quicker opponents might give him a little bit, but man, this guy, I really do love this pick.
I'm exchanging some messages with a staffer at Kansas State asking,
"Oh, perfect.
Is there cerebral enough to play center?" He said, "Extremely. He has played all five positions for us in practice. He can play center if he needs to." So
yeah. I mean, this is a guy that started 14 games at left guard in 22, 13 games at left tackle in 21, 9 games, 7 at right tackle at 2020. And I think that when you talk about like being intelligent enough to know what's going on around him, and we can ask him about this because we're going to try and get him on the phone here soon. I think that's a benefit.
Yeah, that was something, like I said, that was a note I heard whenever you'd ask about BB too, is they're like, he is not going to get fooled by games and stunts and things like that because he's too fast a mental processor. He's too high IQ a player that he is. The IQ is not the question. Literally, the biggest question with him is, are you talking about a guy who has the athleticism to climb the second level? Outside of that, there weren't many dings. I mean, that's why he's a guy who I think was. I mean, maybe if you thought length was an issue,
That's
guys getting into his chest, but
I
mean, to me, if you're playing on the interior, the length is not going to be nearly as much of a problem. And I think you saw what his athleticism was at the combine, and that eases some of the fears. But in terms of mental processing and power and nastiness, and if you want an edge, if you want to improve an edge, you want to replace the edge Tyler Biotish had for you on that offensive line in terms of nastiness and an enforcer, that is BB.
Keep talking my language, Bobby.
I just got so excited realizing that we feel really good about them just taking BB right now, and you got another pick.
No, I mean, shout out to Will McClay and the scouts, and then, the Jones family with what they did yesterday with the patience and trusting the board. Because now, Brian, you talked about it. That pick mattered. Yeah. What did you do with that extra pick? You solidified left tackle. You got Tyler Guyton, who they like a lot and really has tremendous upside. Yeah. Now you circled back and you got your interior lineman in Cooper Beebe. That gives you tons of position flex, but also is filling massive needs when it comes to toughness, power that you need inside. I'm in love. I'm very, very excited with this.
Continuing to exchange some messages here with this K-State coach, and he said family is awesome. They all love ball. Even his mother knows a lot of ball. He said more so than some of our own staffers. And he said in 2021 they lost 2 offensive linemen to injuries. At some point in the year, he played all 5, and that was young in his career. So he was able to do a lot for that K-State program. Gosh, this is going to be really interesting now that I know that there is solidified center flex that he's going to be able to bring. Really excited to get him on the phone here shortly to potentially talk about that. When I caught up with him at the combine,
I'll
when I
share
talked with him at the combine, he was an all-time goober. So I'm really excited to get him on the phone here.